This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, I have logged into the system now. You are able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, I have logged into the system. Yes, please.
Okay, if you go back to the Excel sheet, please.
Okay.
Now, yesterday, when you say make to order,
Hmm.
you need all this and
Make
from
to stock.
yeah, make to stock. You
Yeah,
need all from 1 to 7 events.
correct, correct.
And uh, but which one is the first priority when you start to make to order? Because forecast you start yesterday, then MRP you start before, and plan order and all these things, production confirmation and goods you did it before. So is it possible that we can start anything, or we can start MRP first and plan order second? What is the priority in this way?
In make to stock production, first is the forecast.
Okay,
Okay. This will be in the same sequence. It should be started. I cannot, without, for example, without planned order, I cannot do the goods
good moment.
movements.
I of course yes.
Okay. That is the reason this is a sequence you need to follow.
So it's
Okay.
important in make to order that you have to go
Make
to
to stock.
do
Make to
I'm sorry,
stock.
make to stock. You have
Yeah,
to start from the forecast,
correct.
and then
Exactly.
MRP, then plan order, then convert whatever sequence it says, right?
Correct.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Now you
Okay.
go ahead and
Yes,
Yeah.
me too.
Okay.
For both of them, not to order or not to
Jamal,
start,
your voice is not clear.
yeah, me too.
this is
I'm
not me.
interested.
This is Nicholas.
Yeah, hi. I'm sorry. Sorry, hi.
Yeah.
In both the both situation, make to stock or make to order, we
Okay.
pass to next step will be forecast. Is that right? Yeah.
No. No. The in make to order scenario, okay, your first step is sales order.
Because you guys
Okay,
are
okay,
big.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it is order. You are manufacturing based on an order. So
Yes.
your first step
Oh,
should be order.
yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, only make to stock. It is we need the forecast in this case. Is that
Correct.
right?
Yes. Because you
Okay,
are
Correct.
so
making because you are making everything from the stocks, availability of stocks that you are making.
Correct. Okay. So remaining steps are same in
okay,
make to order.
this is what I was looking to ask you. If you can fill up the right side. Okay, perfect. Thank you, sir. Okay, great.
Okay. Okay. But I will explain you later. Just once we completed make to stock, then remaining all scenarios we can discuss. Okay.
Okay, great.
So
Thank you, sir.
yeah, first thing is forecast. So today we will discuss on the forecast in make to stock. Okay. So yesterday I told you the forecast mean in future how much quantity you want to produce, you would like to produce. That quantities is called as a forecast that we will maintain in SAP. Okay. So this forecast creation, we will use the transaction codes. So for create, change and display, we will use the transaction codes MD11, MD12 and MD13. Okay. These are the three transaction codes we will use to create forecast. So in another word, this forecast also called as planned independent requirements. In a short form, this is called PIR. Planned independent requirements means planned, you are planning in future. Independent requirements, it is not depend on anything. It is not depend on anything like sales order. It is not depend on sales order. Okay, so those are called planned independent requirements, PIR. In you will call purchase info record, but here it is a PIR, means planned independent requirements. So now we will create those planned independent
Now you
requirements.
say it's not depending on anything.
Correct.
What's that mean?
What that means, for example, what is a dependent means, you have a sales order for 100 quantity. So based on the sales order, if you manufacture planned order with the 10 pieces, so that means this planned order is based on the sales order. That is called the dependent.
I see.
Okay, independent means we don't have any sales order. Just based on future assumptions, we are creating the our planned orders and everything, manufacturing process.
So
That
in
is
other
called
words,
independent.
so in other
Yeah.
words, can we say sales order is depend on the plan order and plan order is depend on the sale order?
No. Planned order is dependent sales order.
Honestly, okay.
Okay. But sales order is not dependent planned order. Only
I see.
planned order is depend on sales order. Because sales order is 10 quantity, you will create a planned order 10 quantity. If it is sales order is 20, you will create as a 20. That
Yeah.
is called the dependent. Independent means independently you will create the orders. Okay. So now I will show you how to create this in MD11.
Dependency, it can be dependent on reservation too. Is that right? Not only sales order, maybe
Yeah.
reservation or
Yeah.
something,
Depend on the
maybe subcontract or
yeah.
whatever.
Correct. Depend on reservations also. Reservations will come in case you have SFG, semi-finished good. Okay, like engine is there. Okay, so the quantity of engine will come from the your Honda car. Honda car required 10. The engine required 10. So this is called the. In this case, this engine is depend on Honda car. Okay, so how this engine has come is based on the Honda car reservation number. Based on that reservation number, you need engines. So that is engine is a dependent on Honda. Okay. So now I will show you the path to create forecast, production, production planning, demand management. You can see planned independent requirements. So these are the transaction codes. MD61. Oh, sorry. This is MD, not MD11. It is MD61,
I see.
MD62, MD63. Okay. So you can see here MD61, 2 and 3. So open this transaction code MD61. This is the initial screen. Here you enter the Honda or FG material, Honda underscore car, and enter the plant 3001.
Uh,
And
one more
here,
question. One more
yeah,
question. Because the material you create the Honda car earlier.
mm,
Now
mm.
this requirement is engine. So we cannot create the material like a Honda car engine. Because Honda car you create, and there
Correct.
are 500 other
Correct.
components are in there,
Correct. Correct. You can create an engine also and maintain that engine in the BOM of this Honda car. For our just testing, we created only one component, Honda tire. We can create one SFG material, engine, and maintain the BOM for this one.
So in a real scenario means if
Hmm.
I work in some production area,
Correct.
so if I create first Honda car, and
Hmm.
Honda car has about 200, 300 components, and now the
Correct.
company say we need the engine. So can I create the material, just say Honda engine?
Yeah, you
Because
can create.
I see. Okay. All right.
You can
That's good.
create.
Understanding. Because Honda car, if I create here and then
Hmm.
Honda car I create independent requirements, that will be a
Hmm.
confusion.
Yeah. Okay. But you can
Uh,
create a new material and you can maintain the BOM of this material.
I see. So you just trying to save the time to use the same material.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So now, so this is our main material. So
Mhm.
next month I am going to manufacture Honda car 100. Okay. So to maintain that, I am just creating it. Enter the material, plant, and in the bottom you can see planning horizon. Means this feature PIRs you want to create for how many months? Maybe you want to create for 2 months or 5 months or 6 months or 1 year. You can put the date range here, and that 100 you want to create for monthly or daily or weekly, you can maintain here.
Who defines the plan, the horizon, planning horizon? For example, as I heard in APO, they do it for 2 months, for 2 years, for example. But here,
Yeah.
the best practice and following your experience, how many months they did the planning horizon?
Yeah.
How many months
Actually,
or
the
how many
business, yeah, business will give you the how many months of data you want to create,
From the
you
management.
want to propose. Yeah, management. They will give you, if they given the 12 months data, you will put 12 months from and to here and you will maintain the data. If they give to 6 months, you can give the 6 months.
Okay, great. This planet and dependent requirement, it is it's for 100%. Is that right?
Your voice is not clear.
I'm sorry, I am moving the speaker. This plan,
Okay.
it's great planet, a dependent requirement. This one, it is S4 HANA 100%. That right, it's not the standard PP.
No, no,
The
it is
screen,
a
what is?
standard PP. It is a standard PP only.
Oh, the screen, the standard SAP or
Yeah,
S4
standard
HANA,
SAP. No,
not S4, not S4 PP.
correct. It is a standard SAP only. It is there in ECC and S4 also.
Okay, okay. I know it is in ECC, it is existing, but this one now we are working in S4. Is that right
Yeah,
or not?
we are working in S4 system only,
Yeah,
but screen is almost same.
the same. Yeah. Okay, okay. Got it. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this planning period you can select either month or week or day, anything you can select as per your data, how you want to maintain the data. Okay. So for example, I selected the month and then press enter. Okay. So here you can see your material and your plant, and here the table columns has come with a month wise, and based on the planning horizon from month to that many months, it will show you the data here.
So 5, 6, 7 up to.
Next year March, next year May. Okay.
So if the company say 4 months, so we can go up
Yes,
to
4 months.
7. Okay.
Correct. In initial screen, Yeah, whatever the data means horizon you maintain, there is no problem here. You can enter, and but you want to maintain only 4 months data. You can maintain like
How you
in
put
the
the 4 months? What is this 100?
yeah. I'm
This
just
is
entering value.
100 means
So
the number 100.
in the month, yeah, in the month of April,
Unit
I
100
want to produce 100 cars.
engines, yeah.
In the month of May, I want to produce 120. In the month of June, I want to produce 150 cars. In the month of July, I want to produce 200 or again 100. Okay. So month wise, how many cars you want to produce, you can maintain it here.
Okay.
Okay.
It
And
says the previous screen, it says version. You not work on any version, right?
yeah, version is always a active version that is called the 00.
Oh, this
Okay.
is standard.
Yeah, it is a standard only.
I see.
We have a concept like long term planning.
Hmm.
Okay. So that time you may require, maybe you will use the different versions that time.
I see.
Okay.
So can you
That
click
is,
on the what is in a version? Can you click
yeah,
the version? I want to see. It's a
yeah.
period or it's year or what is that?
It
Zero
is only a
zero
2-digit number.
requirements plan and version. I see.
Okay.
Okay.
So somebody has created these AA, BB, all these things. But in a standard, you will have only 00 and maybe one more 01.
Hmm.
2, 3 will be there. But remaining somebody has created.
I see. Okay.
Okay. So 00 is actually the active version. Always you can keep the 00.
Now MRP showing 3001. Is this MRP where it comes from? MRP,
This is plant. We
but
enter in the initial screen.
it says MRP
M,
on the top.
yeah, MRP area. Okay. In this case, MRP area and plant both are same in our case.
I see.
Okay. This is nothing but a plant. Okay. So in this transaction, just we will enter how much is your future demand. Okay. Values per month. And once you enter this one, you can save this. Click on save button.
Okay.
Okay. Is this clear how to create PIR, planned
Yeah.
independent requirements? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now we will very frequently use the one transaction code where you will see for a particular material all related its transactions means your how much is your demand, how much is your orders, how much is your stock. You want to see everything in one transaction code that is called the MD04. This is very frequently used transaction code. Okay, MD04 stock requirements list. Okay, in this transaction code, we will find all related to that material, like how much is the present stock, what are the orders you have, what is your forecast, what are the sales orders, planned orders, deliveries, everything you can see in this transaction for
So
that particular material.
that's the make to stock order that we are working, or I can say
Any order.
discrete discrete manufacturing. Everything is in there.
Yes, any manufacturing, discrete, repetitive, any manufacturing, you will use the same transaction code.
I see.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now I will open this transaction code and you can see this is the transaction code stock requirements list. Okay.
Mhm.
Enter our FG material and plant here and press enter. So here you can see whatever we created independent requirements. INDREQ means independent requirements, and it will show you as your quantities.
It's 4 months.
Yeah, we maintain 4 months. It is showing you the 4 months, and if we have any stock, it will show here. Okay, and in material master we maintain the safety stock, so that safety stock it is showing as 10. Okay, and here the quantities, if it is showing you with the negative sign minus, that means it is a requirement. Requirement means you need to fulfill that requirement,
I see.
maybe a sales order or maybe a independent requirement or dependent requirement. Any kind of requirements, it will show you as a symbol of negative.
So when the requirement is complete in
Yeah,
background, then it will go in plus sign.
if for example you need 100 quantity here,
Mm,
okay, now after MRP you will get a planned order, and with the planned order, production order, and your manufacture now completely.
mm,
Okay, then this independent requirement will disappear because you are already fulfilled, so stock has come
mm,
100.
means completely
Okay, yeah, completely disappear. Okay, in case of sales order, if it is a sales order, then once you deliver the material to the customer, that sales order will disappear from this transaction. Okay, so that, yeah, that example also you will see. Okay, now any questions on this, the transaction code MD04?
no, if you go in details, so
Hmm,
you can click this, it will give you details here for independent requirement.
correct. Yeah, you can see here detailed button, element details. You can click here and it will show you the change display and all these things.
And maybe here
Okay,
you can, as I know here, you can convert it to.
yeah, you can convert is also correct. That is the next step I will come again. Okay,
Okay, okay,
the
perfect.
MRP planned orders, I will show you that. Okay, so the
Con, con,
details you can find.
convert what? You say again, what is convert?
Yeah, that is you went to the future steps actually.
Mhm.
So we have the one step here, convert to production order.
Oh, I
So
see.
this
Okay.
step is
Plan
saying this
order.
step can be
Yeah,
done from
yeah.
here.
Plan
Okay,
order
that I
converter.
will come.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that I will come back once again. Okay, so this is very frequently used transaction code. For after every step, I will come back to this transaction and I will show you. Okay,
Yeah.
what is happened. Okay, is it clear up
Yes.
to creation of forecast and see the where you can see the forecast details? Okay, now I will go to the second step, MRP run. Okay, MRP.
Make to stock order. The second one is MRP run.
Yeah, second step is MRP run.
Okay.
Okay, so now you know how much you required. This PIR is 100. Okay, for car, for Honda. Okay, for Honda you need 100. So okay, fine, that is a required 100 cars, but how many engines you required, how many tires are required, and how many glasses are required? How do you know that? I'm saying example. You can straight away you can say five tires and one engine you can say, but in real time you will have a 500 materials. So how you will do the calculation of that materials? As a human being, it is very difficult to calculate what are the raw materials required to manufacture this Honda car.
Right. There
How
are so
much
many
quantities
things. Right.
required. Okay. And if it is tire is there, if stock is not there in the tire, so you need to procure from the outside. So system has to tell you the stock is there or not. But as a human being, checking of 500 materials stock is very difficult. Okay, to avoid those manually checking everything, we need MRP. MRP means material requirement planning. Okay, that means to manufacture this Honda 100 cars, what are the materials required? It will do the planning. Okay, it will do the planning. That is the purpose of this step.
Now, in a real scenario, when you run the MRP in a
Hmm,
manufacturing for Honda,
hmm, hmm,
is the people are divided? There's some PP production person working on engine and somebody other working on
hmm.
engine related parts and body parts and tires and uh, doors and windows and windshield and I mean all the spare parts. So they divided, or is the one person responsible for the whole
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. In real time, you will have these are called people. Whatever you told the people are
Mhm.
called planners.
I see.
Okay, maybe in real time you will have a 4 5 planners
I see.
like,
Okay. Okay.
okay, like engineering materials.
Mhm.
He will do one planning. Okay, some chemicals.
Mhm.
If you are using some chemicals, another person will be there. He will do only chemicals. Okay, some person will be there for only spare parts.
Spare parts. Yeah.
Okay, some person will be there maybe for another person. Like this, they can
Glass.
divide.
I see.
Correct. Okay, so each person, these planners,
Mhm.
okay, we will maintain in MRP planner. One field is there in MRP. I have shown you that materials. If you go to the here in MRP1, you can see MRP controller. Okay, that person you will find here. You will assign. So that means which are, for example, 001 is there. What are those materials? He can plan only those materials.
Can you click there? I want to see what other controllers, please. Now the 001 is one person.
One person. You can add actually
I
zero
see.
zero 2 3 4 like this. You can add persons.
I see. Okay.
Okay. So in real time, you will have multiple planners because 500 materials, one person cannot monitor. Monitor means whether stock is there or not. System will give you stock is there or not. But creation of purchase order and follow up with the vendors. So those one person cannot do. So you will
So
have
it
a multiple person.
so it means when you run the MRP, so
Hmm,
all these persons means could
hmm,
be 20 persons. So all the
hmm,
20% means planner. Then
hmm.
all material come in the MRP.
Yeah, I will show you now. What are the materials you can select.
I see.
Okay. So now in MRP, we will use the transaction code, different transaction codes in MRP. Okay. So, but in S4 specific system, we will call this MRP as MRP live is the
MRP.
transaction. Yeah. MRP live is a transaction which is specific to S4 HANA.
I see. And if it's not HANA, then what would do to MRP?
Yeah, I will tell you. And this transaction code for MRP live is MD01N. N is a transaction code. Okay. If it is a normal ECC,
Uh-huh.
we will call MRP run, that is in ECC, and its a transaction code is MD01. N is the difference.
Okay.
Okay.
for HANA. Okay.
Okay. So now I will show you both the screens and I will explain you some details on these two. And this MD01 in is only specific to S4 HANA. Okay. Now I am going to navigation of this material, means MRP, planning. You can see the transaction code MRP live. Okay. This is specific to S4 HANA, and remaining transaction codes MD01, MD02, all these are ECC. You can find these transaction codes in ECC. And in S4 HANA, if you want to use these transactions, you can use also. If you want
Uh,
to use in S4 also MD01, you can use it.
I see. But you
Okay.
cannot use MD01 in
Hmm.
ECC, right?
N, MD01N, you cannot use in ECC
I see. Okay.
because this transaction code will not be there.
Doesn't work here.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm opening MD01N, and here you can see you can do the multiple plants, planning in multiple plants you can do in MRP live.
I see.
Okay. But in ECC MRP you cannot do multiple plants.
I see.
Okay. And in MRP live you can use the MRP controller, is nothing but as you told planners. Planner wise, if I am responsible for 50 materials,
Mhm.
I will enter my planner group number.
I see.
Okay. And here I will put star, and here I will put example 001, my planner group. Okay. So system will select what are I am responsible, those materials only it will do the planning. Okay.
But the material is star means he can take the all materials from this plant for particular that controller, right?
Yes, correct.
Uh,
Correct.
okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I
And
didn't pay attention. What is the material scope? Material scope. I didn't pay attention. What is a material scope? A.
Yeah, material scope A I have not explained you. I will tell you. You can
Okay,
see
okay, okay. All
all
material.
materials, MRP materials, MPS materials. Okay.
Okay.
All materials means A means all materials it will select. This MRP or MPS is a MRP types you can maintain in material master. MRP
but,
type.
but since material scope is for all material and the
Hmm,
material star means
hmm.
abstract you put it is also all material. So
Hmm.
why we are mentioning same thing in two places same time?
Okay. So this is another filter criteria.
Mhm.
Okay. That means all material, okay, which are related to this
Controller one.
controller 001,
I see.
and in that which is having the indicator all
Mhm.
MRP type. MRP type is another field actually. I can show you the field slash 403. So here you can see in MRP1 tab, this is the MRP type. Okay, you select this, you can see MPS. If you select these kind of MRP types, those are related to MPS. If you select P1, P2, P3, and PD, these are MRP related materials. Okay, so under this again it will filter. If you select MRP only, the planner which is having 001 and MRP type is related to MRP, then those materials only it will select. It is another filter criteria. That doesn't mean all means again all. No. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the advantages of MRP live. Is one is multiple plants, and you can use the MRP live. This means MRP controller wise you can do. Okay, I will open the normal ECC transaction code. I can show you now. You
I see.
can see MD01. Here you can see only single plant.
Right.
Okay, and there is no field for MRP controller here.
Right.
Selection of materials, and you don't have the material selection also.
Now this is
Okay,
all other parameters, which says here 2311. This is the system automatically
I will
put
come
this.
back.
I see.
I will come. Okay, so here I'm just explaining the differences. Okay, you don't have any material reference here in ECC, and multiple plants is not possible, and MRP controller is also not possible. Okay, so now next, under MRP live, you can see you have also to be included in planning. Okay, what its meaning is, you can select these details like changed BOM components. If you tick mark this one, system will consider only what are the components changed recently in the BOM. Those only it will consider. For example, today you changed the BOM. You have put another tire or another engine. So you want to do once again that planning of that material. You can select. So another check mark is all order BOM components. You need to select always this one. All order BOM components means you are planning Honda car. Honda car is having the 500 components. Do you want to plan all these 500 or not? You need to select. Okay. All order BOM components means, do you want to plan all the components or not? You can select this. Okay. And there is another option, stock transfer materials. Stock transfer means, for example, you need an engine, but that engine is manufacturing in another location, another plant. You want to bring that material from another location to this location.
See.
That is called the stock transfer. Okay, that is called the stock transfer. Do you want to plan that material? Stock transfers also, then you can tick mark this.
Means the material from other plant come
Hmm,
to this plant where you are working. Means where you
hmm,
are, where the manufacturing you are working, right?
hmm, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in the
Can I double check one more time? Stock transfer material does mean between a plant to plant and only plant to plant. Is that right? Or storage location to storage location?
yeah, it is a plant to plant only, not storage
Only.
location to storage location.
Okay, no problem.
Because
No problem. Yeah.
yeah, storage location to storage location, you won't do any settings.
But
Okay,
how about
only
the engine is not coming from the plant, but engine is coming from the other manufacturer.
yeah. That time you don't require this check mark. So
So
automatically system will create a purchase requisition for that material engine.
I see. So if you are buying the engine from other manufacturer, that's purchase
Hmm,
order. But if you are
correct.
transferring the engine
Hmm,
from the same company, but it's a different location, then you can take this one.
correct.
I see.
Okay. Now in the bottom,
Mhm.
control parameters. Okay. In S4 live system, you have only two control parameters here. Okay, But in normal MRP run, you will find the 4-5 control parameters.
Yes, correct.
Okay, those control parameters, they are removed it because that is not at all required now. Okay, so in MRP Live, what are these control parameters? I will tell you. One is scheduling. Scheduling means wherever you find the scheduling means it is a calculation of your start date and end date. Okay, so this to calculate that start date and end date, which master data you want to consider, that it will mention you. You can see determination of basic dates for planned order, lead time scheduling and capacity plan. What is the first option means is determination of basic dates. That means it will consider manufacturing time from the material master. So in material master, we are in MRP2 tab, we maintain here, you can see in-house production number of days. Okay. So if you want to consider this value for calculation of your start date and end date, then you can opt for first one, basic dates. Okay, but this is not exactly calculated. It is just for a rough value we put it. Okay, it is not exact. To manufacture a car, you required maybe a 10 hours. That doesn't mean it is a 2 days. 10 hours may be a 1 day also. Okay, and in this field you cannot put the hours, only days only you can put. Okay, so if you want in detail planning, in detail means hours and minutes planning you want to consider, then you need to system has to read the data from routing. In the routing master, actually we will maintain to manufacture one quantity, how much is the time it is taking. Okay, so if you want to consider this mission time from routing, then in control parameters you need to select the second option. This is lead time scheduling. Lead time scheduling means exact time scheduling from routing. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, just one second. Lead time scheduling. Lead time scheduling means exact, right?
Yeah, exact. From routing.
Exact from routing. And what about the first one? The
Basic dates means from material master in-house production time.
from material master house production. Material master house production time.
In-house production time.
In
In-house.
in-house production time.
Okay.
House production time. Uh, Now, in-house production time, can you show me the in material master in-house production time?
Yeah.
One more time, please. That's in a MRP 1 or MRP 2?
MRP2. MRP2.
I see.
So this is in MRP2.
Tab.
This is in-house production time.
In-house production.
Yeah,
Okay.
but actually here in D01N, we don't need it. We will not take this one. We'll take the two, you said. Is it right?
Correct. In real time, generally we will take the second one.
And Mr. Vasu, also when you say the lead time scheduling is exact from the routing, and
Correct.
can you point it out in where this is located in? I think you show me in the routing, but is also in mention in MRP. someplace?
No, we won't maintain that in MRP.
So
Only
this
in
is
routing.
only in
Yeah,
routing.
correct.
Okay. Which will show the machines and hours
Correct.
and labor and sounds like this, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the routing overrides everything in this case.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Jamal, I will take 1 more minute only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So next, this is about the scheduling, and planning mode is another option is here. Planning mode means you have the two options: adapt to planning data, and second one is delete and recreate planning data. That means adapt to planning data means whatever the data is there, it will take and it will do the planning.
Okay, one more thing. Because we have to mention this, adapt planning.
I think we will delete. We'll delete and create the planning data. Is that right, sir?
Not always actually. Sometimes you will delete and recreate. May not be the 100% delete and recreate. That
Okay, now
yeah. Okay. Delete and recreate option means existing plan after planning run, you will get the planned orders and purchase requisitions. Okay. So yesterday you created system generated planned orders and purchase requisitions. You want to delete them and freshly you want to create new today. So that case you will use the delete and recreate. Okay. Otherwise we will use the adapt to planning.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat it? How it happened? Three? Yeah. Say it again.
Yeah, three. Delete and recreate means yesterday you run the planned order, you run the MRP and system created planned order and purchase requisitions. Okay.
Yes.
Today again you want to delete previous planned orders. You want to delete previous planned orders and system has to create freshly today. Then you can use the option 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise you can use the first one. So yesterday planned order will be like that. If any new requirements comes today, it will create one more planned order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you use the 3, it will delete previous data completely and recreate. It will do the replanning today again.
Great.
Okay. So when we will use this delete and recreate is like you did some master data changes now. Okay. But that master data changes will not reflect immediately in already existing orders. So that time you will delete previous orders and recreate fresh order with fresh master data. In that cases, you can use this delete and recreate planning data. Okay.
Okay. But best practice is, I don't know. You said not always, but almost
Yeah.
90% we delete and we create. Is that right? Maybe or not?
No, that is based on the client only actually. But we
Yeah.
will go with the adapt to planning and data only.
yeah, but
Okay.
if you
Okay.
do it, there's a lot of hassles. Then you can do it again and
Correct.
again, and a lot of wasting of time, and your production schedule will affect, and then you got a delay.
Yeah, correct. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will stop the class now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We will meet again tomorrow same time and I will
Yes.
continue the same MRP tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate. Have a good
Yeah.
day, sir.
Now
Thank
the
Yeah.
other
you.
thing is,
Thank
when I listen, you recorded uh, class.
Correct.
Can we have option that the everyday class is recorded that I wanna save in my database that I take the help when I do the practice, So how I can do this?
Okay. Yeah. Actually, whether I have push my recording button or you push, it won't get saved into your local disk. Okay, it will get saved into this website in cloud. Okay,
I
we
know,
need to
but
download that file.
uh-huh,
Okay, and you can save that file into your local disk. That is
right.
one thing. Okay,
Yes.
or you actually that login and password is having with Mohan. Okay,
Okay. I
you
will
can
contact.
ask him. Yeah, you can ask him if he has shared the login and password.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can download yourself. Otherwise, he will send every day that file.
Yeah, if he send every day, that will come in
Yeah,
our email. But
yeah.
then after 1 month or 2 months, and if I want to listen anything, and then this says you need a password or this is not in
No,
the
no
demo.
passwords. No passwords. Once you download means it will
Mhm.
be there in your local disk.
I see. Okay.
It won't require any password.
So it means the day you start from the class
Hmm.
and the day you ended the class, this
Hmm.
whole month or whole training session is saved, and you can send it to us that we will download it.
That I may not send, Mohan will send it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the.
Yeah, yeah, correct,
Okay.
correct. You
Okay.
can
Thank.
request him every day you want it, so he will send every day.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Vasu.
Okay. Yeah. Thank
Have,
you. Thank you, Nicholas. Okay. Bye. Have a nice day. Tomorrow we have the class, same time. Okay.
yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.